What's up guys, duarktikhq here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to talk about the Web Warriors in 2023 because yes, it seems like you don't need the Rebirth. You can actually use the Web Warriors on the Incursion raids on 3.3 and you're going to be just fine. It seems like it's incredible. The Web Warriors are not going anywhere. So we're going to take a look at the Web Warriors in action. We're going to see which strategy you have to use in order to one-shot the nodes, and if it's going to be worth investing on these characters or not. Well, spoiler alert, of course not, but let's be honest, if you want to save some resources, if your alliance is not pushing for like incursions on difficulty 4 or anything like that, you can just hold back because it's really not important to gear up the Rebirth. They are a little bit better for the boss node, but beyond that, the Web Warriors, they are just fine. And something that people are not talking about is that Incursion raids, they have less nodes than the Doom raids. So that will allow you to use the same team but double tap, and you are going to be fine. You're not going to be wasting energy or anything like that, like it happened on previous raids. So we're going to talk about all of that in this video, and as always, if you like the information on this video, make sure you share it to your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content. Make sure you smash that like button like a boss. Okay, let's get started. Let's talk about Web Warriors in, once again, 2023. And we have to talk about the fact that Scopely is lying to us. They are telling us, oh no, you need all these raid teams, otherwise you will not be successful. You need Rebirth, you need Incursions, you need all of that. Do you really need? It seems like we don't. It seems like they are just lying to us and create some kind of FOMO. Okay, so Web Warriors, you can see that my Web Warriors, they are level 90, gear tier 15, I think, on most characters, yes. And I have 5 red stars across the board, so it's not like super hyper mega Web Warriors or anything like that. They have most of the T4s, and in terms of the ISO 8, I play for consistency. So I have 3 skirmishers, 2 strikers, and that's fine. There are some problems with the resistance of the characters, but once again, I'm using gear tier 15. Now, in terms of the raids itself, Incursion raids, we are doing difficulty 2 for now because we are chilling a little bit. We are gonna start doing difficulty 3 today, and yeah, so we have these. Where is the tags? Okay, so let's take a look. Let's see if we can still find the tags. Okay, so here we go. We need the bio. Okay, so bio, there it is. So it says right here that if a player character has any negative effects, that character's dodge chance is reduced by 100%. But let's be honest. Not the Web Warriors, they can get deflects, they can get defense up, and on top of that they also get evades. And if you're a smart player, if you know how to play the game, you can apply negative effects to the enemies and stop them from applying negative effects to you, right? So you're going to apply that offense down. You can apply blind, and then you can spread the blind. Have you thought about that? Yeah, we can spread those blinds. And if the enemies cannot do damage to you, if the enemies cannot apply negative effects to you, you actually don't have any problem at all with the Web Warriors. And here it says, if you have negative effects, your dodge chance is reduced, but you can still get evades, you can still get deflects, you can still get the defense ups. So while this is a nerf to the Web Warriors, it's actually a minor nerf. It's actually not that much of a big deal, and this is how you can one-shot the nodes, these Incursion bio nodes, with the Web Warriors. It's because it's just not a big deal. Okay, so when you take a look at the Web Warriors, there are a few characters that you should pay attention to. Of course, OG Spider-Man is going to be one of the most important ones because he's the one that gives the buffs whenever you're applying negative effects to the enemies. Then he also gives evade to himself. On spawn, they also get a bunch of buffs. So you can see right here, they start with evade and they have the chance on turn of getting evades as well. So yeah, it's not a big deal. It's definitely not a big deal. And once again, even if you have negative effects, that does not stop the evades, because the evades is a guaranteed dodge. So it doesn't matter, even if you have negative effects, you are always going to get evade. You might not get a dodge, but once again, it doesn't matter. Okay, so that's it. Let's take a look at the gameplay of these guys in action and see exactly how they do and which strategy you have to use in order for you to use the Web Warriors and be successful with them on the Incursion raids. Okay, so let's take a look at the first node of the bio lane with the Web Warriors, and this time I was using a little bit more aggressive ISO weight, so instead of having Skirmisher I was using Raider, and this is because my Web Warriors, once again, they don't have the best red stars and they're only level 90. But let's take a look at the team in action and see how exactly they work. I like to keep OG Spider-Man in the corner just to make sure that he doesn't take a lot of damage in the face, and also Ghost Spider, because her retaliation attacks greatly diminish in power in case you are not able to apply in case you get offense down on her. So turning wind on Cersei, I think that's going to be important. You don't want Cersei to flip the negative effects into positive effects. And then we have a few characters to worry about. We have Silver Samurai and we have Omega Red. Now Omega Red, I'm going to ignore him because we have Evade. We spawn with Evade, so as long as Omega Red is the first character to attack, we are fine. Okay, so we are going to ability block the Silver Samurai, otherwise his ultimate is going to one-shot one of your characters. And then you have to slow down the Abomination. So once again, Omega Red goes before Abomination, otherwise he's going to flip your evades and you might lose with that. Okay, so as you can see, we are doing some very good damage. The damage is actually quite impressive, and I just deleted that Abomination as fast as possible because once again, I don't want him to flip the positive effects into negative effects. Okay, so here I'm double tapping on Omega Red. While his special is not a big deal, you definitely don't want him to use his ultimate against you. And unfortunately, I was not expecting that second wave to come, and it really messed me up because, yeah, I wanted to do the ultimate of Ghost Spider, and it messed me up with the rotation. So you could definitely play this one a little bit better. I definitely should have waited a little bit, and because of that, I allow Omega Red to use his ultimate. So make sure that you try to avoid that. Don't kill the enemies too fast, and especially if your Ghost Spider is about to have her turn. Okay, so now we have Cloak, we have Dagger, all of them have Slow. Dagger now, she also has Blind, so let's try to get rid of her and do some extra damage to the enemies. Here we have the Stun, we could use the Stun on Cloak. We still have a lot of time, we just want to make sure that we apply negative effects so our characters get buffed. So unfortunately, Scarlet Spider died with the bleeds, but yeah, just be careful with the Ghost. You really want to spread those negative effects on the enemies and not just attack a empty bishop. Okay, let's take a look at the second node, and we of course revive the Scarlet Spider. Once again, don't use the ultimate of Ghost Spider against the bishop. And in my opinion, the second node is a lot easier. You just have to know exactly what to do, of course. And this is why we are making this video. Okay, so I turned in the Spider Woman, and the reason why it's because her special applies heal block to your team. So, and it's unavoidable if I remember correctly. So you want to stop that. Now, this ability block, I think I use it on Spider Woman as well. You could use it on Sunfire, or you can use it in one of the deadlocks. Okay, so now I'm going to use my basic with Scarlet Spider to apply offense down to the enemies, and then I'm going to spread that offense down. This will greatly reduce the damage of the enemies, and it will make possible for you to be able to withstand that damage in your face. So it's the best way to go about it, is just get the defense up on your characters and apply offense down to the enemy characters, and that's it. So you don't really have to rely on the evades or anything like that even. Okay, so here we go. As you can see, massive amount of damage to the enemies. Now we are going to extend or apply once again the basic with the Scarlet Spider. I could have used the special there. I don't use the special, it's because it allows you to heal more. So in case you need more healing, and we might need that down the line, the special is more beneficial than the basic. Okay, so Deadlock using his ultimate, Now we are going to destroy the Black Bolt. Black Bolt is one of the characters that can mess you up because he has unavoidable abilities with his special. But yeah, it's all about the offense down on the enemies and defense up on our team. And we also have the death proof, so that's fine too. As you can see, we barely have any vulnerabilities because we applied the slow to the characters and they just took too long to attack. Okay, so Spider-Woman now, she has the basic of Spider-Woman is just defense down. It's not a big deal. And here we are using the big abilities so we can heal up our team. As you can see, the enemies, they are so slow, it's not a big deal at all. And Dazzler here, she can mess you up because she flips negative effects into positive effects, the same like V-Vision. But with V-Vision, she had trauma, and now with Dazzler, we don't have trauma. So we have to get rid of Dazzler, and now we have the negative effects to apply to Moonstone and also Black Bolt. As always, make sure you abuse of the Scarlet Spider basic. Apply offense down to as many characters as possible. And remember of the speed of the characters. So if you can apply slow to the characters, you don't have to worry about anything. The web warriors, they are pretty fast, and that's it. Okay, so as you can see, I'm rushing on that Black Bolt, even that he has offense down. I don't want him doing any funny stuff to my team. And Moonstone, she starts with a special, but then on the second turn she uses the basic instead of the ultimate. So we can just play with that, and now I put on auto basic because there is nothing to worry about here. Trying to apply slow to her, and that's pretty much it. So that's the second node, in my opinion, even easier than the first one. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the boss node, and I'm going to be honest, the boss node you cannot one-shot it unless you take your web warriors to level 95. Should you do it? Probably not, we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, this node is quite tough, but as always, if you know what you are doing, it might not be that much of a big deal. Okay, so we wanted to apply Disrupt to that guy over there, the Spider-Man Noir. Spider-Man Noir is a big problem for you. We want to apply ability block to what's the name of her? Invisible Woman. Okay, so Invisible Woman. So Disrupt to Spider-Man Noir, ability block to Invisible Woman, and stun to Spider-Man 2099. Spider-Man 2099, if you let him go, is going to apply defense down and slow to your team, and that's why we are going to stop him. Spider-Man Noir, we want to stop him because he's going to be super fast against the web warriors, and you want to make sure that you get rid of him. There will be a Green Goblin coming very soon, and Spider-Man Noir with Green Goblin, it's pretty much game over for the web warriors, so I have to stop that. We are going to apply blind to the Mr. Fantastic in the middle, the Mr. Fantastic on steroids. We are going to apply blind to him. We are going to extend that blind with the special of Scarlet Spider, and then we are going to extend and turn rewind that Mr. Fantastic blind even for more turns. So whenever we spread the blind, it's going to be for multiple turns. So right now, unfortunately, he resisted one of the abilities, so it's only for 2 turns. But even for 2 turns, it's going to be massive. So we're going to spread that, and now we don't have to worry too much about Spider-Man 2099 or Spider-Man Noir because they have the blind. If they don't have the blind, of course you want to rush for them and delete them as fast as possible. Okay, so Invisible Woman is gone, Spider-Man Noir is gone. Now we're going to focus on Spider-Man 2099. And that's it. Now we have multiple characters with blind, you don't have to worry about them. The characters you want to worry about now is the second Spider-Man Noir and the Green Goblin. So as soon as you can, you want to apply blind to Green Goblin, or you want to stun him. Or kill him. Killing is also an option, is probably the best option. The reason why is because whenever a Spider-Verse character takes a turn, Green Goblin is going to remove 2 positive effects. And this is the problem with Spider-Man Noir, is that he keeps taking multiple turns because of his passive. And that's why you have to delete Green Goblin as fast as possible. And then you don't even have to worry about Spider-Man Noir anymore. So we're going to apply ability block to the Murky LT, so it doesn't give speed up and offense up to the enemies. And that's pretty much it. After, you don't have to worry about a lot of things. Get rid of that Spider-Man Noir anyway, because he's still annoying, even that he's not removing your positive effects. And then you have the Strange Supreme. If he has slow, the Strange Supreme is not going to be a big deal, because it takes too long to have a turn. I'm going to apply blind to him a second time, just because of his basic. Either way, you are going to prioritize him over the other characters. The things are just way too slow, and Mr. Fantastic, he has the blind, so it doesn't even matter. But as you can see, we are going to time out because, well, it was the first time using this strategy, and it's also, my characters also don't have good red stars and levels. If you want to play with your web warriors, and if you want to use them like difficulty 3, I think you really have to put some extra levels into them, otherwise they are not going to work out. Okay, so we have the last wave of enemies, and as you can see, it's not a big deal. We have Scarlet Spider, we have Spider-Punk, we have Cable, we have Pyro. So these characters on their own are not going to do like insane things to you or anything like that. So the goal is going to be to prioritize Spider-Punk, because he applies the trauma to your team, and then to also apply blind or ability block to Pyro. Pyro Special and the Pyro Ultimate, they are quite powerful. One of them removes positive effects, the other one applies Disrupt, I think. If Magneto is present, applies Disrupt. So we don't even have Magneto, so it's not a big deal. And that's it. So as you can see, like web warriors, they are just fine. If you're using the right strategy, if you know which enemies to prioritize, your web warriors are just fine, and that's going to allow you to save a lot of resources. Instead of having to gear up an entire team, you don't have to. You can pretty much skip the Rebirth team. Now, some people are asking, what about the Cosmic Crucible? Should I gear up Rebirth for the Cosmic Crucible? Well, based on the information we have from the spreadsheet and so on, Rebirth on Cosmic Crucible is pretty much meaningless unless you take them to like 1.5 million power. Which, let's be honest, it's not going to be the case because they are not farmable. Okay, so let's take a look at, and the red stars on them are also not that decent, so it's another reason, like multiple reasons why you should not take the Rebirth to insane levels like 1.5. Okay, so we are just going to focus on these enemies, apply the offense down, apply the slow, apply the ability blocks, and that's it. Like the web warriors, they are still quite powerful here. But once again, it's up to you. If you didn't invest on Rebirth, you should not invest on Rebirth. At least not until you start doing like difficulty 4 or difficulty 5. The web warriors are just going to be fine. Some people from my alliance, Michael from the data mines, he was saying, oh, I'm going to work on my Rebirth. And I told him, oh, just try the web warriors and see what happens. After, of course, I told him how to beat the nodes. And he tried out, and yeah, he was able to do it just with the web warriors. So if you are not rushing to gear up the Rebirth team, you really don't have to. The web warriors are just fine, as you can see. Oh, there you go. You even have the killing animation with Spider-Punk to finish off the video. There you go. Web warriors still fine. Let's go. Okay, guys, so as you guys can see, web warriors are just fine. The nerfs that they have in the nodes, you can easily overcome them if you know exactly what you are doing. You need a very specific targeting in order for you to be successful with them. With the Rebirth team, yes, it's definitely easier. Yes, you can one-shot all the nodes because they need less gear compared to the web warriors. But they also require like 50 or 60 or 80 million extra gold to invest in them to level 85 at least. So at the end of the day, it's up to you. If you still didn't invest on Rebirth, you can play around with the web warriors and you are going to be just fine. Once again, you just have to follow the strategy that I present to you here and avoid the few mistakes that I did. In terms of ISO 8, it's pretty much the basic ISO 8 for web warriors. And once again, if you have higher red stars and gear tiers than I have, then you are going to be even more successful than I was with the web warriors. So once again, should you invest on the web warriors to like maximum levels? Probably not. Should you put gear tier 17 on them? Probably not. Are they a worst option, like way worse than Rebirth? not as well. That's the thing, is that, to be honest, there is very few reasons to invest on Rebirth. The team, of course, is way more consistent than the Web Warriors, but it's more a skill issue than anything else. So you guys let me know in the comments below what you think of the performance of the Web Warriors on the Incursion raids, and if this is something that you are considering. So that's gonna be the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, make sure you smash that like button, and if you found information helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.